And we are live here on season 4 kickoff of Indigo Inspire Live here on Facebook and YouTube. And we are having the ultimate listening party tonight for a brand new project that has been done by Tim Wortham Jr., produced by the one and only Hamilton Hardin. And we are on all platforms, Facebook, on YouTube. And so we want to take this time to say congratulations to Tim, but also some homework. I want you guys to go ahead and tag and share your links, because we are in for an incredible night of music and conversation that you will not want to miss. Tonight is the special listening event for the Gospel Beyond genre. And I'm telling you, this is a hot project that's going to be released to all platforms, all digital outlets, and you will not want to miss it. So at this time, we would like to welcome to the party the one and only honoree himself, Tim Wortham Jr. And Mr. Hamilton Hardin himself is in the building. What a night, what a night, what a night. It is a celebration. So I'm so excited for you, Tim, and for this new project. You have worked so long and hard. And even before this show started, we talked about the fact that you actually talked about this and manifested this in a live that we were doing for a listening event for Hamilton.
Absolutely.
That was more than a year ago. I think the pandemic had just started.
Yep.
And Hamilton's project was released. And if you don't have Hamilton's project, we'll talk about that later, because tonight's night he had his night. Tonight's Tim night. But still, so that night Tim was all in the feeds, and it was such an incredible project, Hamilton, and he was so touched by it. And so when he said it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Well, here we are today. Well, look at God. Absolutely. So, Tim, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this baby that has been birthed. How are you doing?
You know what? I don't think I have ever been more excited about any music that I have created ever. This project was one that it was a long time coming. Really, it was a long time coming, and partially because I had so much in my head that I was not quite skilled enough to manifest with my hands. And so until this divine connection, I had not yet heard in my ears what I had heard in my head. And so linking up with Hamilton really was like the missing piece to really bringing this project to life. And I'm eternally grateful. And I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna do my best to embarrass Hamilton all night long. I just want to embarrass him this whole time.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This tonight's your night, and we're going to do a whole lot of that tonight. But as well as embarrassing you, because I don't want you to feel like you're slighted, because you bring your musical genius to this project, and the two of you together, I mean, just a masterful project. It really is. So it's incredible. So now, in the meantime, let's talk about the name and how did you come up with the name?
Yes. So the name, the Gospel Beyond Genre, was really based on my belief that the gospel is a message before it's a sound. And there are so many debates in musical circles around, what constitutes gospel music. There's so much division. Are you doing CCM versus traditional gospel versus quartet versus, choir versus group? And for me, it was just kind of this, it was my way of saying the gospel is and will always be the message. It will always be the lyrical content first and foremost. Everything else is a matter of preference, because what we call gospel today does not sound like, what it was in its origin. Like, everything progresses, everything evolves, everything grows and matures. And so this was my attempt at doing that. And then also just me expressing myself artistically. I'm a fan of literally just about every genre you can mention. I draw inspiration from it. I just love it, just audibly, first and foremost, just the different sounds, the different textures that you can create in different genres. And I just wanted to kind of put my spin on some of the genres that I appreciate and enjoy so much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so when you decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just not be afraid and contact Hamilton, how did that go?
Well, so the funny thing is, I interviewed Hamilton when he released the Just Want to Say project. I want to say, what is this now? 7, 8 years? How old is that project?
2014.
2014.
Yep. And
I was struck by, just his humility, his accessibility. Even back then, he was just like, if you ever have any questions about this and that, feel free to reach out. And so I wasn't afraid to contact him at all. It was just a matter of, it was timing.
Yeah.
It was really timing. And I have to say, all but one song on this project, they're all years old. Like the single, the one that I've released as a single from this project, or the second single, because Bye Felicia was the first. That's the only one that I wrote for this project. Everything else was an old composition that I called Hamilton and I said, listen, so this song, I want this feel. I want to explore this genre, this time period. And so, even the early iterations of some of these songs are vastly different than what they became in his hands. So yeah, it wasn't a hard phone call to make. It was just a matter of, I felt like, all right, I think I'm ready now. Awesome. And part of that was my own self-confidence, to go down and to record with someone so prolific, so accomplished. I had to kind of rise up in my own self-confidence to feel like I could go down there and deliver,
Yeah. And so on the other side of that phone call, Hamilton, you're getting this phone call, and exactly what are you thinking in terms of, it's not a question of your capabilities. Did you have the time to do it? Because we're still in, at this point we're in a pandemic, so distance and safety and all that kind of stuff. And so when you get a call like this, what are you thinking? Obviously you're open to it. So what was the initial, process of kind of working through that with him?
Well, actually, it wasn't a hard thing at all. After hearing Tim's his spirit and his seriousness about spreading the gospel through music, through our conversation that we had, it was easy, man. I'm like, let's go ahead and do this. And when during the pandemic, this was actually, I moved down here to Atlanta in July, and so Tim was actually my first guest here in my new home studio.
Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to get you to come, and I think you were about to move. You were going from, that's right. You were about to move.
Right,
yes.
Right.
Okay.
And so, him coming here was a great way to christen the studio. And man, we had a blast. And the cool thing about it, I think those that get this record, download this record, which by the way, you need to do.
Absolutely.
Those that download this record are going to hear the fun that we had. Music is, I think the best music is inspired by like deep feeling and deep emotion and deep fun, and so I feel like we had that. The songs that Tim wrote were amazing, and you're going to hear that as well. And just the whole process was just a whole bunch of fun, and so it's a treasure, man. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah. The first peak of knowing that you guys were in a collaboration with something, I wasn't sure if it was Tim helping with you with something or vice versa, is when Tim posted on Facebook, and it was a picture that he'd taken of the both of you, a selfie he'd taken of the both of you. I'm like, wait, he's in he's in Atlanta. Are you serious? And he said, working on something, something like that, whatever the caption was. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, he really is doing. I mean, I wouldn't know what it was, but of course now we do know what it is. So it was the gospel, beyond genre. So at this time, we're going to talk about the first track on the project called By Felicia. And let's talk about that a little bit before we play it for the people.
Absolutely. So By Felicia to me is my parable. It is kind of this the way Christ would give these stories that didn't mention God. There's no reference to Jesus in the song, but it's about the principle. It's about the message of the song, and it's really about the fact that whether it be your walk with Christ, whether it be you trying to finish a degree, whether it be you trying to progress as an entrepreneur, anytime you have a goal set, anytime you're trying to accomplish something, there will always and forever be distractions. There will always be oppositions. There will always be things that come into your path that their only objective is to get you off track. And so this song was kind of a cautionary tale with, just the metaphor of Felicia. Sometimes we like to give our enemies a name, even though we know that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We like to make people our enemies, but they're not really. So Felicia becomes our universal metaphorical enemy.
Awesome. So right now, we're going to be playing track 1 of the Gospel Beyond Genre by Felicia.
Hope she don't see it, just like the devil. She's always seeking, oh, she may devour. This finger teething, he's out to snap and focus. She is a liar and a deceiver. She'll have you thinking her grass is greener. And if you let her, she'll blur your vision. So before she get a chance with Felicia, she got to keep moving on. She can't distract me, no, Felicia. Don't let her destroy your soul. She will if you take control. Bye. But understand it, it's not that easy, cause she won't give up. We do believe it, she's ever present, like the air you're breathing, never far away. She more consistent than you and me, and she got you slipping the switch, she'll creeping. To take your eyes off the prize, her reason for being. So before she get a chance, well, she got to keep moving on. She can't distract me, no, Felicia. Don't let her destroy your soul. She will if you take control. We're waving, waving. We're waving, waving by. We're waving, waving. We're waving, waving by. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Felicia. That is smoking. I'm seeing nothing but a whole bunch of hearts going up here on Facebook, and I'm going to tune into to YouTube as well. That song is hot and an appropriate metaphor. And I'm telling you right now, it makes you just want to say bye to all negativity, bye to everything the enemy told you that you could not do. And you just go and move in purpose. So that song is definitely one that everyone will need to add to their collection, but the whole project too, which is available on all digital outlets. So you please buy and support our independent artists and musicians and producers. Please, we really appreciate it. So we're now going into the next song, and which is You. And that's the one that you kind of, no pun intended, you redid. And let's talk about that.
So this is the one song that I wrote for this project. So this is the newest composition, and I wanted to explore the rock genre, but I had two rules in exploring this genre. Number one, I would not write a song that referenced The Rock, Jesus the Rock, right? I wasn't going to use that metaphor. It felt cheesy and done. And number two, if it did not feel and sound authentic, it would not make the cut. And that was very key. And because I had never sung anything in that genre before, so I wasn't sure, how it would come across, but I knew I needed it to sound authentic. And just like with this entire project, for me, it starts with the lyric. And if I can believe in the lyric, if I can believe in what I'm singing, every single song on here is literally, these are sentiments of my own heart and my own experiences that I'm sharing. And so that part is the easy part. Like, I don't have to convince myself about what I'm singing. I'm writing from my own convictions. And then it was a matter of seeing what the mad scientists over there would come up with sonically. And I have to say, part of the process, part of the reason it does feel and sound authentic is because I was produced, like legitimately produced. And I entered into this situation willingly as Clay. I didn't go down there and say, this is what I want. This is, I had my input, but at the end of the day, I called Hamilton for a reason. And so I really fully trusted him and took direction. And if he said, you got a better take in you, we did it again. You said, let's run that one more time. He said, try it this way. I tried it that way. And I think that is, that has contributed so much to why I'm so pleased with the outcome.
Awesome. Now, Hamilton, I mean, he said a lot in a few sentences, because it takes that level of trust for someone to just say, you know what, even a baby that I once had, I'm turning it over to the producer, and now I really am going to make myself and put myself in the place of being the student. Sure. And so when you have that approach coming from an artist who wants you to produce their project, how does that make you feel, as a producer of any project that does that?
It just shows me that he has an open mind, and that's imperative when we're trying to create something fresh. When I would throw things out, because a lot of times I'll throw something out, and my philosophy is, let's try it. It's either going to be hot or it's going to be whack. So let's try it. And, every time I said, let's try this, let's try to go this way, he said, okay, let's do it. And I feel like it enabled us to go through this journey with the music together. And I can tell you with this song and a lot of the other songs, the song you're about to play, and a lot of the other songs, as a mix engineer, after I finish all the production and starts to go into mix mode, I'm listening to the song like 100 times.
Yeah.
And it had lyrically, the content is so Christ exalting that while I'm mixing, I'm over here getting happy.
Come on now. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's been a pleasure not only to work with him in the studio, but just to speak a little bit on the post-production side when it comes to mixing and mastering and all that stuff. It's been a sheer pleasure just to listen to the music over and over again, and to have, there's negative things you can put in your spirit, but when you're mixing stuff and there's positivity and Christ exalting things that are being fed to your spirit while you're working. Yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you, this was a pleasure to work on, and those that listen to it are going to love it.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So we're going on track 2. We're going to actually take you step by step through the entire project, and so give you a little familiarity with it. So when you download it and you buy it, you're going to get the real full stereo sound of everything. So here we go. We are now with you. Okay, here we go. We are going with you. Yes, we are. Nope, we are not going to do that.
Glory. You know, when you're in church and you wait for something to happen, everybody starts saying glory.
You know, and we didn't have a problem. Come on now, I need prayer because come on, the people are this. The people, come on, we need to do this. All right, let's go now. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, well. So as we are waiting to get this booted up again, we're going to be here just a second. We did not have a problem with this earlier. We went through this whole thing with no problems. Here we go. And here we go. Wow. Okay, we're going to come back to you because the other thing is I think we're having a storm on my side. For those of you, I'm in Pennsylvania, so we have a storm coming here. So yeah, and it looks like I saw someone posted there was a tornado in the area, not that far. So we're praying for protection and everything that goes through, and that none of our connections go out. So we really want to support this. Let's try to go to I'm going to do something else and see if we have it here. And here we go. This is immeasurable. Going to come back. We'll talk about it.
Yep.
Oh Lord, how wonderful is your mercy, your grace. And way back on Calvary, you took my place. I can't imagine being falsely accused. You were wounded for my transgressions, for my sins you were bruised. And I wonder, how can this be that you would love me so unselfishly? You gave your life for me, unworthy me. I want to tell you how much I appreciate your sacrifice. How can I thank you for all your immeasurable love? If I had 10,000 tongues, they would not satisfy my expression of gratitude. So I offer you my life. You are my king, and I vow to serve you, Lord, until I die. How can this be that you would love me so unclean, unselfishly? Oh, you gave your life to unworthy me. Oh, I want to tell you how much I appreciate your sacrifice. How can I thank you for all your I just want to say that I appreciate all the love you give. Oh, you see me through the eyes of love, and you pour out joy. I can repay you, never can repay you, oh, but I appreciate all of it, your immeasurable
Awesome. That was
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Hey,
So
I'm gonna tell you
awesome.
what. This was one of the ones when I was mixing, I was getting happy.
This is
That end part.
yes.
Started testifying. I said, "Hold on now, hold on now.
That
I'm trying to mix
that
the record, but I might need to get up and do a two-step."
that is awesome. That's awesome. You know what? And I'm sure as a producer, you know, feeling that way while you're putting something together, like you said, you listen to it 100 times, but to still have that same fresh feeling of that anointing and joy, I'm sure it makes your task so much easier. It's not even a task anymore because when you love what you do, you will continue to, you know, you just put all your heart and soul into it. And I want to ask a question of Hamilton, because Hamilton, even though I interviewed before, but just for those who haven't heard me ask this question, you play an inordinate amount of instruments. And we talked about the fact of how your mind kind of, you're able to compartmentalize every instrument that you're playing. And so now you have someone else who, you know, has that same musical skill, but now you're taking your incredible mixture of sound and really customizing it for Tim's project. And how are you able to do that? Because I'm still to this day just like you. I mean, it's like a gift. I mean, you're talking about multiplicity of gifts. You have a multiplicity of gifts.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, you know, I got to throw it back to Tim because it was easy. Like I said, when we go through the journey of making the music and exploring options, it was easy to talk concepts because he is a musician. It was easy for us to sort of we could speak the same language basically.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And as far as to answer your question, as far as playing, you know, different instruments, you know, my end result is always trying to think about the product that you just heard. I'm trying to think of the holistic. So when I'm playing keyboard, if I'm playing horns, you know, trumpet or saxophone or flute, or if I'm playing bass or drums or something, I'm always thinking that end result. And that's why this is such a sweet time for me listening to the final product, especially having had listening to it for a long time since we recorded it, hearing it with fresh ears now. It's like, oh man, this is a great record. So I hope well, I take that back. I know that listeners are going to get as much enjoyment as I had making it with Tim. This was a great project, as you're hearing right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to go back and see if we can try you again, because I don't want that song to be missed. Let's see if we can get that up for everybody. No, it's not. It's not going to do it. All right, so we'll come back to that. I'm going to keep trying to make sure we can get that up because I really want everybody to hear that song. All right, so we're now going to go to "I'll Go." So who wants to set that up?
Oh, listen. First, I want to say about Immeasurable Love. The one thing I enjoyed most was those were literally the most intricate background parts I've ever recorded. So I was so used to writing, you know, for choirs, for praise teams, that my harmonies, my background parts were always predictable. They were church predictable.
Yeah.
And Hamilton had me doing some things, and I was like, well, how is that going to fit with? And then he played it back all together. I said, good God.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we were listening to this one, that's the first thing that stuck out to me. I'm like, man, the backgrounds were the funnest part of this song.
They were. They absolutely were.
Well, and for those who like harmonies and backgrounds, we have a song coming for you that's really going to put you in a whole lot of twists and turns. So fasten your seatbelts on that one. So right now we're going to go to I'll Go, and prayerfully, like I said, hopefully this weather did not knock out our system here. And here we go.
Featuring Hamilton Harden.
Samson had strength, and Solomon was wise. I wanna know who I am, Lord, and see myself through your eyes. For in you I trust, Lord, in you I trust. My life's in your hands, and when I'm unsure, it's on your word I will stand. I will stand, Lord, where you lead. I will follow. So please take my hand. I'll go. I won't let fear make me disobey. No, I'll go where you send. I will say what you say, for I know you're there through every test, and I'll do it your way, for your way is best, your way is best, Lord, where you lead, I will follow. Please take my hand, I'll go. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll do what you want me to do. I'll live my life as unto you. Yeah. Lord, where you lead, I will follow. Lord, just take my hand, take my hand. No matter where, if you lead me, I will follow. I'll follow you.
Listen here. Now, for those of you, I'm going to have to do a little bit of house cleaning, and just let you guys know. I'm trying to, if you're hearing something, I don't know what we're hearing, so I'm trying to eliminate what sounds to be someone typing. I think it's closed captioning, and we're trying to remove it. Like I said, we had a storm, and now we've got a couple of things going on here that I'm trying to take care of, so I apologize for that. So I am working behind the scenes to clear that up for you guys. But in the meantime, we're going to go on to the next song, which is Love for Me. Set this up, someone, before I play this. Or should I just go ahead and play it? Go ahead.
This is the one cover on this project. This song was actually written by my good friend Rob Lewis, and he so graciously allowed me to cover it. And Hamilton rearranged and lent his incredible background vocals, and so I'm singing the lead track on this. But all the background work that you are about to hear is that bald guy up there.
Sir, you take responsibility for this one?
You know, I will say, you know, with all these songs and pretty much anything I start producing, when I open a blank slate in a new session, it all starts with prayer. And I'm asking God, please give me the inspiration to do something great. And with all this music, I just don't want to go through this interview and not mention that I can't really take credit for this. You know, so when Tim shared with me the original song, and we were talking about, you know, direction and stuff, that's where the song started, with prayer. Like, God, please give me something fresh, because I don't want to do the same exact thing, because that's already out. How can we do something fresh, something new? And so God answered prayer, and what you're going to hear is the product of that.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Glory.
In a world so weary, so cold, the only peace that we find lies in you. And your light still I hear the eyes that can't even see. But there is a voice that is so crystal clear, saying, I am, and I know. And now I'm waiting, believe me, I love you. My love is so sweet. His love, oh, it wipes my tears away. And his love is my darkest day. Oh, how sweet it is, sweet it is, love for me. Oh, how sweet it is, sweet it is, love for me. Oh, Lord, your love lifted me. Oh, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. Oh, love lifted me. Oh, love lifted me. When nothing else could help, your love for me. It was your love for me. It was your love for me.
Okay, listen here. First of all, the twists and turns are crazy. Now, I'm going to say it wasn't Tim's fault. It was Hamilton's fault.
Hey,
Yes.
look,
Yes.
that's God's fault, because when you actually are a recipient of that love that we're talking about,
Yeah.
intense emotion comes out. And so I feel like for both Tim and I, when we're singing about this, we're not singing from an abstract place. This is true and deep in our hearts, and I feel like it just comes out like that. And so I speak for Tim on this. We give credit to God, because the way he fills us up, it inspires this music, you know.
Awesome. So everybody, we're going to take a short break and give you an opportunity to kind of get a quick drink. We're going to have a commercial break, and we will be right back. And we are back. We're introducing the fact that next week, as we continue the celebration of season 4 of Indigo Inspire Live, we are collaborating with the one and only Sharon Williams for the Gospel Music Buzz, and we are coming together to ride out season 4 with some incredible artists, with independent artists, producers, writers, influencers. So you want to be here, because next week, kicking off the collab, we have none other than, I'll just let it speak for itself, the one and only Lucinda Moore will be with us next week on the collab. So as you guys are putting it in the chat, please make sure when you are posting, hashtag the collab, and that will, everyone will know. And we're going to make this thing catch on fire between Gospel Music Buzz and Indigo Inspire. Come on, did I rhyme somebody today? So anyway, so next week we'll have Lucinda Moore, and we've got some other announcements coming up. I'm going to let you know what that is in September. We got something coming up on September the 23rd, and you want to be here for this, baby. Yes, Indigo Inspire Live is doing the live recording pre-show for Deborah, and we are looking forward to that on the 23rd at 8 p.m. We've got some guest artists coming on here in preparation for our live recording on September 25th, and we're going to talk more about that next week. So you guys want to stay tuned, be locked in, follow us here on Facebook at Indigo Inspire Live on Facebook, as well as on Instagram, official Indigo Inspire Live, as well as the Gospel Music Buzz on IG as well, and Facebook. So you really want to be part of what we're doing here. So in the meantime, we are back, and let's continue on with the program. You have joined in. If you haven't and you just dropped in, we are now celebrating the listening party for the Gospel Beyond Genre with the one and only Tim Wortham Jr., produced by the incredible Hamilton Harding, who is coming to us live from Atlanta. He left us. And and Tim is coming to us live from, I believe, Delaware, correct?
Yep.
From Delaware. Correct. And so we're here in stormy Pennsylvania. So we're praying that the technology will not go down and we can continue the listening party. So we're going to continue on with our next song, and we're going with I Want to Be a Moon. Let's talk about that and set that up.
Yeah, so this song was inspired. I was reading in Genesis, where the Bible talks about how God made 2 great lights, one to rule the day, one to rule the night. And then that verse says, and he made the stars also.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that and thinking, boy, isn't it just like dumb humans to make the afterthought the goal, right? We are striving to be stars when stars were never the ones meant to rule. They were, they weren't given that sense of purpose like the great light that ruled the day and the one that ruled the night. And so this was also the understanding that stars are kind of the cheap imitations of the sun because they generate their own light, whereas the moon, its job is just to make sure that it's in position to receive light from the sun and then reflect it to the world. And that's all I want to do. That's my goal in this life, is not to offer anybody my own logic, my own theory, not to go around trying to make my own name great, but to make sure that I'm consistently in a position to receive from God so that then I can pour it out on those who I come in contact with. And so that was the inspiration for this song lyrically. And then Hamilton gave me the feel that I was after. I wanted it to have a very acoustic feel. And as with everything that you've heard so far, he nailed it.
Awesome. All right, and here we are now. Ooh, I Want to Be a Moon.
Lord, I admit there were times I was just concerned about who knew my name. And although you paid the price for my salvation, I was only worried about the price of fame. But now I'm staring in the mirror, and I see things a little clearer. You're coming back and you're coming soon. So while I'm here, I'll tell your story. I just wanna bring you glory. I don't wanna be a star. I wanna be a moon. And let you shine, let you shine. Oh yes, I know people dream of seeing their name at the lights. But in pursuit of riches and fame, they forget all about trying to live right. But it always ends inside. It's here today and gone tomorrow. Who will you serve? You've got to choose. You gotta choose. Instead of living on the run, I choose to follow the sun. I don't wanna be a star. Wanna be a moon. And let you shine, let you shine. Let you shine, let you shine. Light up the world. Let you shine, let you shine. You're the bright in the morning star. Let you shine, let you shine. Jesus, your Lord. And every perfect gift comes from you. And because I know I am flawed, the only way that my life can shine bright is every day I must reflect your light. So take a moment and look back. Think about all the years that passed. And it won't take you long to recognize only what you do for Christ will last. Why are you wasting all your time on things you can't take when you die? God's got eternal wealth for you. Yeah. So when you're traveling this way, you should declare today till I don't wanna be a star. I wanna be a moon and reflect you. See, I wanna be a moon and reflect you. See, I wanna be a moon and reflect you. See, I wanna see you reflect you. See, so when I hope they see you, see you, see you, see you. Let me reflect you, see me, they see you. Let me reflect you.
Oh, you know, the way that ended was so sweet. That was so sweet. I thought at the end I was going to hear, I want to be a moon just to kind of fade out. I was waiting for that, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's beautiful. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, this is just an absolutely incredible project. It really is. And the comments are, I mean, look at this.
Thanks, Jordan.
That is so nice. Oh, that is sweet. That is sweet. So we are now coming into the place where we have 2 songs left, and we really want to just take our time. And I really want to try to go back and hopefully, please technology, we can still get you in here. But we're going to go to Cover Me, and let's talk about that.
Yeah, so Cover Me was actually the first single I ever released a couple years ago. And it was my first time like really going into the studio and recording a song. And I definitely want to shout out Jeremy Boyd, who produced that record and did an amazing job. And so on this project, we wanted to take it and just take it to a new direction, just refresh it, make it current for this particular project. And so I reached out to Hamilton again. I said, listen, I think I want to kind of refresh this tune. And this is kind of, I gave him some examples of some songs that kind of had the feel I was looking for. And literally, it's funny because when I got down, I don't think I mentioned this, but none of the tracks, I didn't hear any of them until I arrived for the vocal session. So I didn't hear any of them in advance. So when I got there to record vocals was the first time I was hearing these finished products. And there were two things that I meant to ask Hamilton for this particular song. And without ever articulating them, he included them both. Wow. And and that was one of those moments when I was just like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is exactly who I'm supposed to be working with. Thank you, Jesus. Like that was it.
Amen.
That was it for me.
Amen. Amen. See, we're in church now. I went to the amen now.
That's right. That deserves an amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Here we go. Cover me.
I've spent so much time running from your call. Gave me so many chances. It seemed I had failed them all. Failed them all. But you never let me go. That's why today I vow that I will give to you my heart, my mind, and soul. I'm ready to be what you created me to be. The picture that you had in your mind when you died for me. So while you're changing me, and while you're making me, Lord, I'm asking that your grace and mercy cover me. My insecurities have me oh so bound. Oh yes, they have me oh so bound. And I thought that my yesterday would always keep me from right now, from right now. But you said if I would turn away, your blood would make me clean and set me free. So I stand here and I say, oh, I am ready to be, picture that you had in your mind when you died for me. So while you're changing me, while you're making me, Lord, I'm asking that your grace and mercy cover me. I am ready to be, I'm ready to be. Oh, the picture that you had in your mind when you died for me. So while you're changing me, asking that your grace and mercy cover me. I'm tired of all the things I used to say, and all the excuses I used to make. I wanna be just what you call me. One life to bring you glory. That's why I stand here and declare I'm ready to be. I'm ready, Lord. Why you made me to be that you had. So I'm ready. Change me. Why you changing me? How you making me? Why you making me? Lord, I'm asking that your grace and come cover me. You created me to see.
This song is absolutely, I mean, seriously, this, I have, my prayer life just went up. My prayer life just went up.
Come on now.
My prayer life just went up. That's just amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And as you can see the comments, I mean, this whole project is absolutely fire. So everybody, please, you have to go and get this album. The Gospel Beyond Genre is absolutely an incredible project that's been done by Tim Wortham Jr. and produced by the one and only Hamilton Harding. And this, there's no other project out here like this. And I think it's a testament to the collaboration that you both have, but also the vision and the musicality that Hamilton, you brought to the table. So it's absolutely just amazing. Once again, you know, your gifts are still making room for you and blessing other musicians. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. So we are going into, I'm not going to say our last song because I'm going to get you in here. And I'm praying. I need you to touch and agree. We're going to get you in here.
Yes.
So we're going to go with, no, we're not going to do that one because I'm going to try and get you. Let's give it a try because we had, for those of you just joining, we had a storm passing through here and not far from us. We had a tornado here. I'm in Pennsylvania. So hopefully technology is giving us a little opportunity to get this song back in here. So let's try it again. And let's see. I think he may give it. Hold on.
When you pay your time.
I got some praying folk on here. Come on now.
When I consider choices I made, times of rebellion, still to stay. I know I'm not worthy, I'm perfect in my name, but because of the blood you shed, eternal life I can gain. And I will always serve you with my heart, soul, and mind. And I'll always be grateful, for you have been so kind. And I will always praise you. It's the least that I can do. I'll make sure I always tell the whole world about you. Your love lifted me from the pit I was in. When I was complacent, satisfied in sin. Oh, I didn't know where to start. Lord, you helped me begin. Now I call you master, and you call me friend. I will heart, soul, and mind. And I'll always be grateful, for you have been so kind. And I will always praise you. This is the least that I can do. And I'll make sure I always tell the whole world about you. And I will always praise you. It's the least I can do. I'll make sure I always tell the whole world about you.
That was you, and we'll be right back after this message. That's right. We have an apparel line, One Voice, One Mission, and our line, which is the One Voice Collection, supports global music all around the world. If you're a singer or musician, we have a line that's coming out, and proceeds from every item that's sold goes towards team mission projects as well as projects around the world. So shop the line, shopindigo.com. Tell everybody about the brand, and support the mission of being a blessing to others around the world. So we are now here at the last song of this project, The Gospel Beyond Genre. And Tim, let's talk about this last song.
Yeah, so this song is a dedication to my father, who passed back in 1995. He was a songwriter, worked at Flight Time Records for a while with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, but he never got to see any of this from me. We never got to create together. We never got to collaborate. And it was just kind of my, as they would say, a tip of the cap to my father, to his legacy, and to all that I gained just from being his son.
Yeah.
And so it's just an expression of my gratitude to him, my love for him, and also to God for what he allowed to transpire between the two of us before his passing.
Now, Hamilton, you get that song is very special. So when you're given this particular song, how do you handle this one?
Well, in this particular case, Tim is the one that actually played and sang. And so on my end, my job was more on the post-production, just sort of mixing. But, Tim, as the writer, not only when you write the song and you perform the song that you write, you're able to channel the exact emotion that you're looking for. In the same way, because he's a piano player, he was able to sort of do the same thing musically. And so really on my end of this song, I tip the hat to Tim on this for a great playing, great singing, and I count it as a privilege to honor his father in this way.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are at the final cut of this project. And I'm kind of sad to see it go because we're at the end of it. We like need two more songs in this, but it's okay. It's okay because you guys are going to work together again. So that's all good.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's all good. So here we are. I miss you.
I'm so sorry that you never got to bounce my kiss on your knee. And some days I sit and wonder if you would be proud of me. Or what you would have thought if you and my wife had a chance to meet. And all the wisdom you would share if I could just sit at your feet. I know our time was short, but you left me with so much. My creativity and humor, and what it means to love unconditionally. Even when we don't agree, I miss you, but you still live on me. Dad, I miss you, but you still live on in me.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Congratulations, Tim. Congratulations, Hamilton. I mean, an absolutely beautiful project. And well, it's an opportunity for you to say some closing words before we give everybody some information how to follow you on social media, and also once again how to get the project.
I would say y'all need to go get this record. Go on.
And good night. Wait. And good night. Yeah.
I will say first, thank you so much, Patrice, for this opportunity. Thanks for having us and for promoting this project and for your support over the years. This is not our first go round. You have been so consistent and so generous, and I just want to acknowledge you and thank you so much. I also want to acknowledge Karen Rogers, who's on right now. She actually premiered you on her radio show this past Saturday, and I'm so grateful. She's another one who's been supporting me for decades now. My wife and children are watching. My family is watching. All your love, all your support made this possible. You know, this album, it was a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice of time. It was a sacrifice of money. It was a sacrifice of energy. And having that sort of support system, really, it goes a long, 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 long way. And of course, last but not least, to Hamilton, you know, this is what I hope to be the beginning of a very long partnership and collaboration. And I will say, you know, much more than having the opportunity to call you my producer, to now be able to call you a friend, it's far more meaningful. And so I'm just grateful for your presence, for your friendship. And I look forward to the next one, brother.
Hey. And let me throw this in. For those that are listening, if you love music, you're going to love this record.
Mm-hmm.
If you love the Lord, you're going to be inspired to worship and inspired to praise. And then if you love music and you love the Lord, you're going to love this record. That's all I'm going to say. I gotta pump my man.
Well, you know what? First of all, I just want to say no thanks necessary. I'm such a lover of music, I'm a music head. I really am. And so to be able to share this platform with you guys, I'm the one that's honored that you would take the time and want to even be on this platform. So I don't take it lightly. So to Tim and Hamilton, thank you so much. And Hamilton, you owe me a live show.
I do. I do.
We said that. We said when the pandemic clears, or whoever got vaccinated first at this point.
Yeah. Don't let this corona on clear out. But
Yeah, absolutely. And we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it right. And Tim, same thing for you. I mean, to be able to do this live would just be amazing. So we're looking forward to that. And trust and believe, you guys will be on the same stage. Don't even worry about that.
Yes.
That's spoken from Indigo Inspire Live.
Yes.
So to everybody who's been watching, we thank you so much for taking time out your evening to celebrate with Tim and celebrate season 4 of Indigo Inspire Live. And we just so thank you so much for your support. And gentlemen, let's start with you, Tim. How can they follow you on social media?
Instagram, Tim Wortham _Jr. and Tim Wortham Jr. on Facebook as well. Try to keep it very simple. And please, hello, Sherwin. We'll be talking. Ashley, my sister, thank you so much. You know I love you.
Okay. And Hamilton?
Instagram, Hamilton Harden. And then also online, hamiltonharden.com. But definitely, I think Instagram is the one I check the most.
Yeah, you're not really a social media guy, so
I'm not a social media guy.
Yes, we need to talk to you. We need to get you some people. You know, they always say you got to have some people. Yeah, we got to have some people. So once again, everybody, next week we're having something particular. We're very special here on August the 5th, and we're going to talk. We're going to show you a little bit of what we're doing. Here we go. Next Thursday at 8 p.m., the one and only Sharon Williams will be here with me. We are on the collab, and we're excited about that. And we're going to have the one and only Lucinda Moore will be our guest, our first guest in the collab, as well as on September the 23rd. We've got an amazing young woman who is taking the gospel industry by storm. Who is she? There she is. Deborah Carolina is coming here, and we are having a celebration of her live recording on the 23rd, and her live recording will be taking place in New Jersey on the 25th. So you really want to be there and connect with us on that one. So once again, everybody, we want to thank you so much. Follow us here. You can see on the banner. You can follow us on all our social media outlets. And as always, hey, it's not just a vibe here, baby. It's a whole mood. Have a great night. God bless you all. And Tim, congratulations.
Thank you.
Take care.